My Lords, I thank the Noble Lord Laming for securing this timely debate, and I particularly thank the Noble Lord Meston for his remarks just now, with which I strongly agree. Yesterday afternoon, I attended the launch of the Child of the North APPG's report on children in care in the north of England, and heard the compelling testimony of two young women, Rebecca and Kirsty, whose lives have been impacted by experiences in the care system. The number of children entering local authority care is increasing nationally, but the north of England persistently records the highest rates of children in care. Local authorities bear the financial burden, with their budgets increasingly directed towards often unregulated private residential care providers, as other noble lords have referred to, rather than long-term investment supporting families before reaching crisis point. A child in trouble can also be a family in trouble. We have a cycle in which cuts lead to reduced preventative services, resulting in more children entering care and budgets further spent on crisis intervention. As the Child of the North APPG heard yesterday from Amy Van Sale, CEO of the Newcastle-based charity Reform, there is a critical need for liberated methods of tackling systemic issues rather than over-regulation, which can result in silo working, and a full recognition that deep-rooted issues of poverty are a major factor in the alarming statistics behind which are the lives of real people. My Lords, I want to highlight the use of family group conferences, which are mediated meetings involving parents and wider family members to help determine how best to support their children. This model originated in New Zealand, a country with which I am familiar, in response to the disproportionate number of Maori and Pacifica children being removed into state care. They empower families to make their own decisions for their children, placing children's voices at the centre. A study published by Foundations last year confirmed that family group conferences reduced entry into care. However, unlike New Zealand, UK local authorities are not obliged to offer them. Will the government then extend their preventative services so that every family, where there are concerns about the care of their child, is offered a family group conference? The North East also has the highest proportion of kinship care households in England, with 1 in 50 children living in the care of a relative or family friend. I welcome the government's publication of the National Kinship Care Strategy, which marks a leap forward in recognising the invaluable contributions of kinship carers. However, the strategy does not go far enough to provide them with the financial, practical and emotional support they need. 12% of kinship carers are concerned that they cannot continue caring for their children in the next year if their circumstances do not improve, with most citing financial pressures as the reason. The government strategy announced a pilot scheme through which certain kinship carers will receive a financial allowance, with clear benefits of kinship care over other care arrangements. Can I ask my noble friend, the Minister, when will the sacrifices of kinship carers be recognised through the rollout of funding equal to that of foster families in all local authorities? My Lords, I finish by quoting the words of a caregiver featured in the Child of the North APPG's report. The point of being in care is to be cared for. My Lords, I question whether our current system can truly deliver this, and urge the government to consider a vision for long-term sustainable solutions to this chronic situation.